Hello and welcome back to my garage here in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So, as you can see, I have a Barracuda here. I've cosmetically fixed it up. The factory color for it is white. Probably not going to leave it like that, but I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to do with it. I just wanted to make it look not so much of a rust bucket. So, I actually had some difficulties with my last attempt at recording a video. You may remember I had a whole bunch of cases in here. They're all gone because I went through all of them and opened them. Went to all the barns, bought like 5 cars, got a couple more barn things. Eventually managed to get myself down to where I wanted to be with the barn find maps. Then I worked on a couple of cars, did some other things, had a nice whole video made up, and then when I went to upload it, I found out that the video was only about 8 minutes long, and OBS said it was recording, but apparently it didn't record anything at all, which stunk. But that's neither here nor there. So now all that work I did is gone, which sucks. But it means we can go to the junkyard and find something else. Now, I don't remember if I have actually said anything about this car. This car I bought in the salon, and I have been deciding if I want to rebuild it completely, because it comes from the salon with 0 mileage, and it's 100% across the board, but it's all standard parts. There's no performance parts in it, and this car has no exhaust system. So basically what I would need to do is take out the engine and transmission and replace everything in the engine. The clutch parts, the pistons, the spark plugs, the coils, all of that stuff. And then put it all back together and see if it changes the value, which I'm curious about. I made a note of this, 143,268. It's just going to be a fairly large project. Well, not really large, but kind of tedious to take it out and swap out good parts for good parts, basically. I was kind of noodling with the idea of just building a whole new engine from the ground up, and then I could take out the one that's actually in here and probably just sell it. I don't think I would use it for anything. But I don't know, I haven't decided exactly how I want to handle this car. I may not even keep it, for that matter. I really just bought it from the salon for the Steam achievement, so I don't really have a particular attachment to it. So I have to decide still what I'm going to do with this car, but I'll figure that at some other point. So let's go to the junkyard now. Okay, here we are. Let's see if we can find anything interesting. That's an MR2, and that's a Flammo. That's just, yeah, it's a regular four-banger Flammo. And this is an MR2 drag car. Nothing in there. It's always bad when you come out here and the first 2 cars you see are in that corner and there's nothing else. Not even anything tucked back in here. Oh, this is a Veyron. This is different. This is different. I've done a bunch of Chirons, but this is a Veyron. That'll at least be a little bit different. It looks like there are 3 cars in this junkyard. 2 of them basically suck. And we have one that I haven't seen before. I don't know why the Chiron has been in here so much, and this is the first time I've seen a Veyron. But hey, gives us something to do. And it is $297,000. Car value $280,000. The factory color is orange. Look at that. And it has the other Pagani V12, the one from the Tempesta, the Joyera, however you pronounce that word. Let's buy it. Cool, okay. We've got a car, let's go back. Okay, let's take a look at this thing. This is like the first time I've actually seen one of these cars since I downloaded the mod. It doesn't look like it's going to have a lot of body parts for us to have to deal with. Or else it's just missing a bunch of them. For a second I was thinking this is going to be one of those ones where you can't really even reach the engine to touch it. I bet there's probably like an engine cover or something that's going to go in there. It doesn't look like there's a radiator anywhere. So it's just going to be ABS, battery, and brake servo. Okay, so I need seat 11 leather D, steering wheel M3. Boy, these were literally the only body parts we got. Doesn't look like it even has any... the Veyron has some variants on like the headlights and the mirrors and the tail lights. This is all just one set of parts. They're not even that expensive either. The bumpers are $1,000, $1,500. It's not too bad. This car is not going to be as valuable as the Veyron, I think. And those are carbon fiber parts too. I guess there's nothing that goes in that hole. I didn't buy a plate. Yep, that's 100% body. Okay, so it only has a front plate. So here's how you fix a carbon fiber car with a welder. Just like that. I'm going to swap out those fuel tanks as well. I think it has tanks. Well, it has the side tanks. I don't know if they're both the same one. Like that other car that I did. I think the, what was it? The Skyline? It had fuel tank B and it had like 2 fuel tank Bs. Okay, this is B and C, so there's only one fuel pump. Okay, let's send it to the paint shop and see if it shows the factory color is that orange. And when I fixed it, all these things turned orange. Wonder if anything else will be orange. Yeah, like around the bumpers and the sides. So it's not going to be hugely different. Yeah, the bumpers will be orange. That's about it. That's fine though. It looks like that. It looks like that one Lamborghini, the black carbon fiber Lamborghini with the yellow trim. It was reminiscent of that. I think I like the look of this car slightly better than the Chiron. Of course, I remember the first time I saw one of these cars was on Top Gear, and I think that was the one, if I remember right, it was the episodes where they had James May trying to break 200 miles an hour. Or it might have been Hammond driving it, I don't remember now, it's been a while. I just remember seeing this car on Top Gear. It's the first time I ever saw it anywhere. And of course, Top Gear has not been really worth watching at all since the day the three original guys left. Although I guess they weren't really the original guys, just the three guys who were on for like 18 years or however long it was. I watched the first episode of their Amazon show. Was it the Grand Tour? And I kind of enjoyed it, but didn't really feel it wasn't as entertaining as Top Gear was back in the day. I don't know what the difference was, but I didn't really enjoy it beyond the one episode that I did watch. So what do I got here? Let's go ahead and clear our way through this stuff. Let's see how many bushings there are. There wasn't a cross member, so there should only be 8, yeah. And we'll flush the brakes too. Okay, so we can delete that, and we'll need to get rid of the tie rods and the rack. There's a tie rod missing, or it's hiding somewhere. Sway bar B. And then the hubs were the bearing, I think just the bearings and the front wheel hub. Yeah. So, okay, let's try and repair the rest of this stuff. I should dismount the wheels. 15% on that one. $37 on this one. Looks like I repaired both of the rims. That's a pleasant surprise. And front steering knuckle C. Okay, so these are what? 265, 35, 20. I way overshot my target there. Okay, cool. Let's get these things mounted and balanced, and then we can get the front end assembled. I should go get the engine crane too while I'm thinking about it. This is like the Chiron. It's got the front, the all-wheel drive, but the front drive axle isn't attached to anything. Okay. It looks like, starting to look like something here. The Chiron I know uses a different model. The Chiron uses, which one was it? I don't even remember the number. I know when I see it, it has like this one. The Chiron mod uses this rim. But this Pagani rim looks okay. I'd have to look at a picture of the real car and see what they look like. I think no, it can't be. I was about to say, I think the rear must be built on like the Poyera model, but it's not. I can see that the axle wasn't connected to the transmission. It wasn't connected to the transmission. It was just kind of sticking out there. All right, boy, I got ahead of that. Let's back up over here. Left the whole knuckle assembly floating in the air. Oh man. Somehow I clicked way over there. So it's got heads on it. It's got some timing on it. No oil pan. No crankshaft bear. No, there's one crankshaft bearing cap there. And what have you got for rod caps? There's one. So there's like one rod cap and one crankshaft bearing cap on this thing. I'm going to take the oil filter too. Okay, so let's pull that massive rust out. So I need double wishbone rear. And that should be again 8 bushings. Yes. And once again, we'll flush the old brakes. And let's get the clutch pieces now as well, since I'm thinking about them. And that gearbox was V12B. Yes, the V12B. And we'll try to repair that one just for the sake of selling it. Get something less than scrap, get something better than scrap value for it. Let's see, the hubs. There's no sway bar to worry about on this rear end at least. dismount these tires. That one's 33%. We should be able to repair it. And this one is 10%, so we might not get that one back. What are these tires? Let's get the oil filter. Actually, we'll just get both. Because I know I need an oil pan. So I can flush that. $365, $30.21. I can't get that big. It must need the unrealistic tire sizes enabled. One of these days I should do that because I've never bothered to turn it on. $365, $30.21. I got $355, $30.21. That's close enough. Alright, let's see what we can repair here. Yeah, we only got one of those rims, and I think we got to repair the transmission though, and that's a nice $1,050. So we need to buy a Tempesta 21. I didn't repair that one crankshaft bearing cap, so I gotta buy 5 of them. And 11 rod caps. I think I should go ahead and buy the rings now too, since I'm here. Okay, what else do I need? Rear drive axle B. And that was bottom B. Knuckle D upper. I think there was a rear axle knuckle cover too there. Yep. Oh, perfect. Okay. Oh, I already flushed those old tires, didn't I? Cool, alright. Alright, that's as far as we can go there until we get the engine and transmission back in. So now let's take this thing apart. So where that? I remember now, this thing requires 24 spark plugs, because it's got 12 per side. At least it only has one set of camshaft caps per cylinder, because it only has one. It's a single overhead cam rather than a dual like the other V12 is. Okay, let's break out of here for a second and get some of these parts together. So I need 24 spark plugs. Pretty sure that's the most of any engine in the game is 24. Get 12 pistons and the turbo, because I know that they have the V12 turbo in here, and it is V12B turbo? Let's make sure. Yes. And I hit the wrong button. There we go. I need 2 of these. Did I just buy B6A? I did, didn't I? Bloody hell. If I were building a Porsche 911, that'd be great. Turbo V12B, come on. In fact, let's put in V12B. That's better. Because I know I'm going to need this, and I'm going to need the V12B heads, and 2 of these camshafts, 1 of those. I think that's it for here. So this can go, and this can go, and this can go, and that can go, and that can go. So now we need to buy 2 cam gears. And I'm here, let's see, I'm going to need this, and I need that, and there's two of these timing cover Bs. Crankshaft pulley V8. And I know there's like a water pump and a power steering pump and some other stuff I need that aren't necessarily common to this engine, to the other V12. And I didn't make a note of how many of those I actually need. Let's see if this timing cover is repairable. Nope, I think it broke. It did. Oop, I missed one. There it is. Okay, so we can just throw these straight into the trash. And then we will try to repair the block and the crankshaft. Looks like we got both of them good. Save us a little bit of money there. What just happened? There we go. Okay, so I do need the power steering pump, and I need an alternator. Do I have a fuel filter? I do. And now the fun part begins. I tell you what, bolting together all those connecting rods and bolting all that stuff together, it's like a relief to slap the oil pan over it, so I don't have to look at it anymore. I think this takes that V12 fuel rail too. It does. I've got that manifold cover that's in here. And I'm going to have the... Oh, this thing has coil packs too. I forgot about that. Yeah, them great big coil packs. I only need 10 camshaft caps though. And I think it's these head covers, V12B head covers. And let's see, we need to get the coil pack. Two of them actually. Oh, I know why it's not doing it. Because the timing chain isn't on. I got I didn't even get every other one. I was trying to do that in a line, but it wasn't working. I think doing that one is actually less mind-numbing than the other Pagani V12 with its like 10 camshaft caps per cylinder head. And these valve covers have an insane number of bolts on them. It's like 10 each. So let's see, roller A and roller B. Did I get the pulley? I did. I didn't get a water pump though. So water pump V12, and it has 2 water pump pulleys. I don't think this car has a thermostat. The other Pagani V12 has a thermostat, but this one does not. That one wasn't quite bolted on all the way I thought it was. Oh, there's going to be a belt tensioner there too. Okay, serpentine belt V12. And it was B. Is that the intercooler that goes up there? Yes. And the intercooler covers, which I already bought. And I think that is everything. Take a quick turn around the engine. Make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. It all looks right. So we can take it off. And I need to buy a starter for it. For a second there, I thought it was telling me that I needed to access the starter from the engine bay, which was going to make me want to throw my computer across the room. And that would be saying something with my computer. That should be 100% across the board. Yep. Now we'll have to see how easy it is to put oil in the engine. As you remember, the Chiron, if it's not on the floor, you can't touch the engine in the engine compartment. This one, I imagine, is the same. And of course, there it is. I wasn't sure where the oil fill cap would be. Assemble the thing and I forget where it is. Doesn't seem like it took very much oil for a V12. So this should be pretty potent, this engine, fully upgraded like it is. We're talking 721. We should get, I want to say we're going to get probably 1200. Yep, 1262. Not too bad. Look at that power curve, too. I mean, it comes on cleanly and it stays high before it breaks off. Very nice. So now we get to go drive this thing and see if we can't kill ourselves in it. I like this more than the Chiron, I think. I like the look is cleaner, though. I think this is another flappy paddle gearbox, isn't it? If it is, it's not. I don't see it there, but I bet it is in real life. I even like the look of this better than the Chiron. I mean, this looks a little cleaner. The Chiron looks a bit busier, and this one is. Although I could still do without the big Bugatti open mouth front end there. Anyway, let's take her for a drive. Okay, here we are. Let's see what it looks like outside. It's black. It's carbon fiber black, so it looks like you would expect it to look. I do like the orange trim, though. I mean, it looks appropriate with this color. I still like it more than the other one. And let's see if we can keep it in a straight line. I probably should have put slick tires on it. See, look, there goes. When it started to pull off, there. No, come on! Oh no. Well, that's exciting. I've never done that with a car before. Let's try this again. Got up to 213 miles an hour, and as soon as the game took control from me, it veered right across the street into the guardrail. Yeah, I probably should have with over 1,200 horsepower. You probably really should have slicks on it to be able to drive it. But that's once I knew what I was dealing with, I was able to keep it straight. Still, though, 213, and I bet it will go faster than that too. Okay, so we have completely rebuilt the car, we've sat in it, we've driven it. Now it's time to find out what kind of a payday we'll get, as I have been studiously not looking at this. 1.8 million, 373,000 restoration bonus. So 2.1, 2.2 million? 2.2 million, yeah. It's about the same, not quite the same as the Chiron, but still in the same. It's pretty darn close to the same as the Chiron. The Chiron was like 2.2, 2.4, and this is 2.2. I mean, depending on the mileage, I could probably get more for it. This one has 36,000 miles, and most of the Chirons I've done have been less than 10,000 miles. These cars must end up in the junkyard quickly if the mileage is so low. But we'll go ahead and shoot this one out the door. I actually like that car quite a bit. Eventually, someday, when I find another one, I may end up building one to keep for myself. That one I just wanted to build out and sell for this purpose. So, this all seemed like it went pretty smoothly, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So, hope to see you again soon for our next visit to the junkyard, where hopefully we'll find something else exciting to work on. So on that note, bye for now.